race again.
We are
Interesting.
so winning. We are so winning.
Let's see then. They're saying 2 people already said rain, so I think it could be a rainy race, but it was in tier 1 as well with the long rain and then that the drying phase that took forever to fucking dry the track. So just gonna see what happens. I think everybody is a little bit let's go wet race. Zenik, is it full wet the whole race throughout, or is it a changeable condition? That's what I'm asking about, because if there's changeable condition, it didn't dry. The fuck you mean? It didn't dry around the dry tire was still slower the whole time throughout. Someone is out. That is snatched over. She's going onto the gravel already in turn 1.
Off to a great start, lads. Yeah, it does look very overcast, the track, but the fact that we didn't see a flurry of cars leaving the pits either means we're gonna have changeable conditions very early on into qualifying, or it's gonna change later on. But let's wait and see. Very least we have Snatch first out on track, then Emon, one of the new faces in the league, as well as Livas, who was in tier 4 last season. These are the 3 people on track, and now yeah, people are starting to leave the track, the pits in droves. We have Big Arthur Bra and Michael as well leaving the pits.
By the way, ASG is saying it's about to snow. I don't think so. I can see palm trees in the background in Australia. It shouldn't snow. Would be a lovely feature if it snows. Such which will get overtaken by Eamon, who's gonna release past him on his outlap, so he's probably he's letting him back pass. Mind games between them.
Easy going for the slipstream. So the slipstream is really powerful.
Doesn't look like it. I think he wants a little bit of distance there.
Yeah, it is risky as well, because there is a big difference between pace throughout the grid. So let's see here with Snatch Dorwet starting his lap. First hot lap of tier 2 this season. So let's see here. Does he invalidate?
Nice
Does
turn
he
1.
not? He does not. Yeah, very nice
turn
turn
1. Coming
He's
now
flashing
into.
though.
He's not using ERS by the looks of it. From what I can see
Forgot.
on the cockpit, he's not using hot lap or any ERS mode, so it's gonna be a bit slower. But I like it. Like last season, he was doing 2 out laps, one out lap, then another fast out lap, and then a flying lap. So it might be something with that again, but I don't think in the new game it's actually that worth it. So we're going to switch onto Eamon, who's actually using his ERS, and here's the purple sector 1 in his hands as well. Now coming up to that DRS straight, and then right after this left-right hander, which is tricky to handle still in this game. You're going over 200 kilometers through that turn, and hopefully don't crash the car, you know. And he's going safely through there. A little bit of a lift throughout, which is helpful to not crash that car there. And into the last sector we go. 2 right-handers, one with a really big red curb we're going past now, and then this right-hander where you at all costs not hit the inside curb, or else you are getting blown around. And now the last 2 turns only to manage for Eamon in the Alpine. What's the line now for the Alpine driver Snatch with a 21.8? It's not really representative, as Eamon crosses the line 18.4.
Yeah, very nicely done. I think the next one to cross the line will be Flip, but I do believe he is on his out lap. So we're gonna have Livas, who's right behind him. Not the purple second sector as well. He is flashing on the straight finish, on the start finish line, and he's going to set P1 with a 17.9.
Really good lap. By the way, guys, who do you think is gonna win the race today? Out of those 16 cars here?
Next one is Michael. He's going into P3 with a 19.1. And next one, I believe...
Thank you for not answering.
Sorry, I just saw, Dutch Nuri, aka Gideon, also finishes his lap and goes P1. I'm gonna put my money on Zenik.
On Zenik, okay. Darking?
Yeah, Zenik looked real good throughout the sign-up times and throughout his practice sessions as well.
That could be someone to look out for, but I think there are the other candidates like Nex and Hanzo flip could be also a factor in this. I think there's still a lot of people. Snatchdorwich coming to the line now. It's gonna be P3 with an 18.0. That is a good lap time for him for a second flyer. So good so far. Flip on a flyer. Right behind him, Aston Martin. But I think already got past really easily there. Pay the man, hello, hello. It's the effects of global warming, peeps. The rain? No. See, then Flip is coming towards the line, and he's taking pole position by less than a tenth ahead of Dutch Nuri now. So he is the leader.
Behind him, Big Arthur Broad just starting his lap. I believe behind him is Justin as well. Who's next? Not
Milano,
Michael.
but he's on a valid lap, so he's not gonna set a lap time now. Realm currently slowest with a 120.4, but I think that can still change a lot here in the next 11 minutes and 40 seconds of this session.
Michael is going for a second push lap now. Starting another flying lap. I think next one to cross the line is going to be Hanzo, but he's starting his flying lap. Also one of the fastest guys here. I expect him to do well here. Oh, little snap of the back there into turn 1, but handles the car very nicely and manages to keep it in one piece.
Llama.
Yeah, Llama across the line here is going to cross the line at 120.0.
A little bit struggling in the last corner there for him. Seems to be a little bit all over the road in the last 2 turns, but I mean, still time to gain. Big Arthur Brown out to the line. Invalid lap time from the Aston Martin. Justin now in the Red Bull coming towards the line. That could be a good lap time by the Hong Kong driver. Then the Red Bull, and it's gonna be P6 only. At seconds towards P1. I think he has still time to gain in that lap. Milano now as well towards the line with the V-Carb, the only V-Carb that is today here. 8th place so far. Last Paper had to evacuate his Xbox and destroy it fully.
Hanzo has invalidated his first lap. He's flashing and he's going into the pits. And I believe next one, who is it? It's
I think it's Big Arthur Bra again. No, he's invalid again. I think nobody actually. I think they're all
Emon
done.
is starting his lap.
Let's keep an eye out then for the Alpine. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there into turn 1 with the right wheel, but made it through cleanly there. Really fast through that turn 1 phase. Yellow flags in behind. Zenik is starting his lap in the next couple of seconds as well, as we are still on Emon in the Alpine car. Just trying to get some sort of increasement in his position, maybe into P2 or something like that. But he's already 3.5 tenths up through the first sector.
Hydra, why are you on the chat? Shouldn't you be driving? What the hell, man? Why? Oh, by the way, Zenik is on his lap. Okay, understandable.
And can watch. See then even towards this left-right hander, making it through nicely. I didn't see the sector time, but we are in sector 3 now, so we're getting to watch the Alpine in the last 2 corners.
He's improving 6 tenths. If this keeps on, he might be gunning for P1 here.
We could have a good flight, Hydra.
Let's see here around the final corner. This final corner is a lot better.
He broke mid corner. He lost a little bit of time there, probably through it, but it's a 17.1. It's P1 and P2 for the Alpines.
Yeah, 4 tenths and a half between him and his teammate. It's an Alpine 1-2. Hasn't been seen since, I don't know, since Alonso was in 05 or 06. Ah, fuck knows.
Let's see then Zenik towards the line. Can he beat the time? The time is ticking down though, and the line is coming closer and closer and closer. Can he get that pole position? He can't get it yet. It's 4th place for Zenik. 6 tenths behind the leader right now.
Yeah, Snatchdorwich starting his lap as well. I believe the next one should be the Red Bull of Dutch Nuri. And he's improving a lot. 4 tenths down on his time. This might be a very good one. He might be slotting in between the Alpines, splitting them apart. Gideon in P2 is something that I would have normally never have guessed, but let's see here. Coming across the final corner, keeping the back end stable, very nicely done. He's going to come across the line. He's starting to flash. Let's see what's going to be his
Whoa.
time here. Ooh,
Close,
that
close,
is
close.
With a purple final sector as well.
What do we
Indeed.
guess the ball time will be?
It's gonna be into 16s, I reckon, but it's not gonna be like low 16s. It's gonna be a 16-8, something like that, I would reckon. Wizzy saying Zenik stop sandbagging. She just wrote drop Wizzy off already, Zenik stop adding weight.
Let's see, Ambert coming across the line. Stevo crosses the line, goes P7. Now Ambert is going to go P5 with 17-8.
A really good lap by him. That Storage not on a fast lap. He backed out of it, but he's probably gonna start it now. In P7 currently. Good little time there for him. Hanzo on a flyer as well in the middle sector. I think there are some cars in front of him though. Or not. I think not. They're all on outlaps.
Yeah, indeed there are. Let's see if Hansel does not get impeded here. It's going to come into the really fast chicane here. Purple second sector, by the way. This looks very good. Keeps the back end stable. Does not go off the road. Very easy to go off the road there. Now the run down into this very tight right-hander. Brakes, doesn't step on the
Perfect.
grass. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Let's see. Fast right-hander. Let's see. What does he pull? This last
Bit
chicane
wide
can
there.
make it our...
Now into the last corner. Fanta. Who do you think it's gonna be? Is it gonna be still Eamon
Oh,
or is it Hanzo?
It's P1.
But not that far away. 16.870 for Hanzo. He's taking P1 for now. But it's
Yeah,
only
2 tenths and a half.
Yeah, 2 tenths and a half only between those cars, so still a lot to
Zenik
gain.
is coming out as well.
Let's see, then
Who's
is it.
next?
I think Snatch Norwich, he's 91 thousandths behind his current time, so maybe in the last two corners he can find some 10th and get up into the ranks ahead of Livers. That's gonna be the question for him. Currently 8th. Can he improve? He can by even 2 tenths going into P6. Strong performance there by the McLaren. He needs to be careful about that
Hamburg
V
going
cup though.
into the pits.
Let's see, then Realm 2.1 seconds ahead of his current time as well, so that's looking better for the second Haas. He met in P1. He needs to find some time. He found some time already to not be last, and I think he won't be last because that was a mighty good last couple of corners, and he's going into P4 for Realm.
Yeah,
Good lap time.
next up is Michael. Michael is improving and goes P10 with a 1 second improvement.
There are still 2 people who didn't set a lap time.
Yeah, next is usual, right? We're used to next doing this, and next up is going to be Big Arthur, bro. Does not feel like this lap is going to be very representative. He's going to slot into the 120s. Indeed, he does, just behind his teammate. Not a very strong showing by the Aston Martins. Zenik as well has started his lap. Possibly his final lap. I'm not entirely sure.
How the fuck am I P3 is Nuri saying. Meanwhile, Flip goes into P4 just behind you there. So yeah.
Next has a purple first sector.
Milano
Next.
improves into P12 here, 1 position up for the V Carb. Anyone else really on a flyer? I think next one could be.
Next has 2 purple sectors and now gets the slipstream from the Ferrari. The Ferrari is not stepping out of the way though. Oh, a little bit of a walk up there.
I think Michael is also on a flyer, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, he is. He 100% is. Yeah, that's...
Oh,
Oh my god.
Contact,
Oh.
and next has to go into pit lane. I think
Yeah,
Michael was
that's-
also on a flyer again. It could be not, actually. I think he was pretty slow, but just
was flashing.
traffic in the way of next there. 15th.
Zenik is improving, but not by a whole lot as well. What this is going to be the next one across the line. Does not improve. Zenik is going to cross the line.
P1!
Does P1! There
I don't know
it
where he
is.
found the time, but he found the time when it needs to. 16.750 for Zenek.
He must have improved almost a second in that final sector. What the hell?
He pulled it out of nowhere, literally. I think nobody else really on a flyer. Lamas
Doesn't feel like it.
1.1 behind. No.
I think Steve-O is going to start this flying lap. pretty soon he is on his out lap. He's going to come into the chicane at the end.
Pretty much everybody on the outlaps currently. So yeah, Steve the first one to set a flyer as his last flying lap. We only have like 2 minutes left in the session. Next needs to find a time after getting compromised there by one of the Ferraris. He's hoping to get a lap time going for him. He needs to.
Yeah, still has plenty of time to start his lap. So yeah, let's see. This is the risk of always living it till the end. Steve very close to invalidating there on turn 4, I believe, but keeps it nicely. Is improving 2 temps in the first sector alone. Not a purple, but can be a very interesting lap here.
A few really, really close together. Eamon and Nuri and Hanzo, they all have still the chances to get P1 here. But let's see then. Sivo's still improving by 2 temps. It's looking still like a good lap here from him. Could be jumping into the top 10 positions. Let's see then. 4 more corners to go. Oh, he goes wide. Oh, that doesn't invalidate. Okay.
But he must have lost a lot of time.
Probably did, yes.
A lot of time. Zanuck is not leaving the pits. This is his final time. Interesting. Meanwhile, let me look at Hanzo. He's starting his final flyer as well. Looking to pip that fastest lap away.
Ivo goes into P7. Meanwhile, he found some time there. Let's see then. Hambert 3 tenths up. That could be a good lap for the Williams as well. Currently 9th. Zanuck has given up on the session.
P1. Hanzo is going P1 at this rate because he has improved 1/10 and a half in the first sector alone.
Hambert into P5. Strong position for the Williams as well. I think there are some people coming towards the line. Lama, first of all, 6 tenths improvement. He can find some time. And he's going
Hanzo
into
lost time.
19.5. No improvement of position, but at least he made some progress in the times. So that's anything but bad here. Hanzo on his lap. He's not. He invalidated. He invalidated.
Oh,
He invalidated his lap. It doesn't seem like he can recommend another try. He wanted to go into the pit lane and moved out of the pit lane.
Max is going fast. Max has a purple sector too. He's going really fast here. Can he steal that away from Zanuck? That is the question.
There's a car in front of him again. That's Milano. Hopefully Milano can move out of the way, but I think he's also on a flyer. But it could be the same situation again between...
He's on an out lap and he's invalidated.
Oh, he's out lap? Okay, then he's going into pits anyway. The AI steered back onto the road. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what did I see? And next goes P3.
The AI pulls out into the road again. What the hell did I just witness there? Big Arthur Brown, next one to cross the line. Currently slowest of the 16 cars. Can he find some more time? It is looking like a faster lap from the Aston Martin. Can he maybe push it to P14 or ahead of his teammate? That is looking good, and it's gonna be ahead of his teammate indeed.
Yeah, who's next? Oh, Eamon's going fast as well. He's going to come across the line. Maybe he can improve. Maybe he can... Oh, I just saw something being demolished. It does improve, but does not go up in the standings.
And I believe then as well. I think only Dutch Nuri left. Because Hanzo has made the lap. Oh my god, Dutch Nuri here on the edge of the track limits and on the edge of the cars limit. Through the last turn now he goes. Can he snatch away pole? It doesn't look like it. Maybe he can find some time here to get up some positions, and it will be P5. He couldn't improve further than... And I'm closing my door.
Oh, my god. Milano almost did a lone fiber moment and went onto the track there. What do you make of this session, DK?
It's very close in the front. The back seems to be a bit more spread out, but it's definitely open for anyone still.
Yeah, the top 4 are separated by 2 tenths, basically. So this is very, very close in between them. Then we have, it cut away, but we do have Dutch Nuri in P5 in a more of a league of his own, in a sense, and then we have everyone else separated by mere fractions. So let's see through the entire standings here. P1 for Zanuck, then Hanzo and next, the 2 Dane drivers completing top 3. Then we have Emon, Dutch Nuri, Hambert, Flip, Realm, Stevo, and Snatch Dorwedge completing the top 10. Then 11th, Livas, 12th, Michael, the 2 Ferraris, Justin in P13, then Milano, Big Arthur Bra, and then the Aston Martins, Big Arthur Bra and Lama closing the places that we have in P15 and P16. Although with it looking like it's going to be raining for the race, it's still anyone's game. And indeed, it is raining like heck.
It's raining, indeed. I'm gonna choke just you wait, Zenik is saying. I mean, we're just gonna wait. Hopefully, no crashes at the start of this race. Hopefully, everybody makes it through cleanly through the first couple of laps, and then smooth sailing. Hopefully for everybody.
Will we see the same things in Tier 1? Because in Tier 1 it was reported that it would be drying out towards the end of the race, but it didn't. Will we see the same here?
Oh,
rain, but we are on dry.
They are all on dries, but it's raining.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I mean, you can. I think you can still go on inters early on, but as Snatch Dorwet says, why can I pick wets? Well, you can pick wets because it's raining. Or is it, why can't I
It's probably why can't I pick wets? Probably gonna be that, but probably the game says it's not wet enough, and therefore he's sending them out onto dry tires.
Yeah. Will we see the whole grid going into the pit lane into the end of the lap 1?
It's probably gonna be who's gonna brake in time for turn 1.
Consider the following: in real life, if the track isn't declared as wet, you can't put on the wet tires. So it is very possible that it's like spitting, and you still are forced to go into the dries because race control does not consider.
Let's just say, I mean, they're all on hards. Oh my, this is looking too wet though already. Let's see then. 5 lights are out, and we are starting, and it's so wet already. This is gonna be horrendous.
Oh no.
Oh, there's already a crash. There's someone off, and there's another guy off. I think everybody's.
I saw Realm in the wall.
I can see some cars
going into the grass. The top 3 is still intact. It seems Nexus made up some positions. Side by side now it's Zenik and Hanzo.
I think.
And Snatch Dorwedge as well is going very slowly as he's overtaken by Olivas.
Is it dry enough though? But let's keep it rolling for a second. But I just want to see, because it's looking like it's still dry enough, but it has to be so slippery.
It looks so slippery, yeah.
Let's just look what they are doing in the first couple of laps, because after maybe we can still restart. But for now, we're just letting it roll through. I think Snatch Dorwich, one of the onlys with damage to his front wing, so he's gonna change rather quickly towards intermediate tires. Maybe that still brings him up some positions as Nexus trying to dive bomb Zenik into turn 10, 11, something like that, and he is side by side. Behind is fighting as well, and they're still side by side they go, but Zenik just keeps the lead in front of Hanzo and Eamon. Are they going into the pits yet? Zenik is really, really wide. There's a yellow flag somewhere in the sector as well, as Nexus still around the outside of
goes very wide there.
And Zenik loses 2 positions. Zenik lost 2 positions here at the start. Now 1 in the pit lane, Michael in the pit lane, as Eamon is getting the overtake maybe against Zenik as well. Further back, there's still yellow flags happening all around the corner. Michael, Big Arthur, Realm, Livers, and Snatch Dorwich all in the pit lane. Rust continues
Michael
onwards.
goes into the pits. He goes on inters. He's going on inters. As does Big Arthur, bro.
I think everybody
does as well on inters. Interesting.
It's gonna be interesting who's gonna be on the right tire at this moment. Karma against Hambert couldn't quite get past here. Aston Martin fighting for everything he has, but in the front, Hanzo over the curbs there, wrestling over to get position maybe against the other Dane driver on this grid. 2 cars, 2 Danes. Who's gonna be on top? DRS is activated still, by the way.
Who's the greater Dane between? I'm not gonna finish this one. I feel ashamed already. Oh, that's a tap on the wall by Hanzo. As there's a yellow flag in Sector 1, I believe it's Snatch Dorwedge who went onto the Haars after the pits. Now Hanzo right up the back. He does have DRS. DRS is active. We missed that side by side. And
Nice fight there.
then give the position. Very nice fight. They almost both lose the back end, but Nex keeps the position. Very nice. Oh, Hansel goes really wide there. Almost loses the car into the gravel, but manages to stay alive. Oh, his back is just... He's losing the back at every corner, it feels. And now, is he going to be open for an attack as there's a yellow flag in Sector 2 against Snatch Door Wedge? He's not having fun at all. It does not seem to have damage right
I
now.
think it's the wrong tire. I think the hards are the wrong tire. I think the wets are now faster. It seems like it. Justin is in the pit lane from the soft compound of tires. I think that the inters could be faster. It's a 27 time for the hard runners, and I think the wets could be faster than that.
It's difficult to know right now what is the fastest tire, but I don't know. Let's see as Justin goes into the pits, as you said. But DRS is still active. That's the thing. DRS is still active, so maybe it's not that dry. Is it going to be worse? Is the rain going to continue like this? This is a very nice one. Hansel tries to go around the outside, goes around the outside, takes the position away from Nex, goes into P1 on those hards, and now he's going to have DRS, and now Nex is going to be open to an attack from Zanuck because that is a double DRS detection zone. Let's see, is Zanuck going to go around the outside? He does not. He's staying behind, trying to play it smart. Ooh, Nex has a little moment, but this is very exciting. Meanwhile, these top fours have just fucked off entirely.
Dutch cannot against Milano, by the way, as well in the time. Yeah, the top four on a level of their own currently, but the rain is still there, but it's just not enough apparently for the track to be wet enough. 26.4 for Hansa now. If we look at the times from Michael and Big Arthur Brown, are they quicker? That's gonna be the question here. But I think...
Yeah, let's see. Let's see here.
Milano mistake again. I think Lama is getting that position on the straight, and he will be getting it. I don't know if which tire is faster. I think they're equal currently as well. Because Snatch Norwich on the other compound of tires, he's not pretty much faster than Justin. So now he's gaining a bit of time, so might be just the dry tires a bit quicker, like minimal quicker.
So right now, so the last lap from Levis was a 1:28.8, and the last lap from Hansel was a 26.4. So at the current moment, I mean, I think it's pretty even. If we take into account that Hansel is much faster than Levis, then I think it's pretty much even between the two tires. The thing is, when is this going to flip? When is this going to change?
This time he's going onto the inter compound. He felt that the other tire is not the right one, so he's going onto the inters.
As Lama gets a 3-second 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
There's a yellow flag, and I think that is Milano spinning the car. And it is Milano spinning the car. Has he lost an end plate? Yes, he has.
He does.
He needs to go into the pit lane to change as soon as possible. DRS is still active. It is so weird, so unpredictable.
I love it.
Michael with the dive bomb against Big Arthur Bra. Not leaving a lot of space there for the Ferrari. They're still side by side, those two cars. Big Arthur Bra on the outside, Michael on the inside. A little bit of contact. One is getting shoved onto the gravel and nearly spins the car. But Big Arthur Bra as well with damage, what I can see, on that right end plate for the Aston Martin. Michael made it just through as Milano going now into the pit lane to change.
Yeah, he caused the yellow flag there going into the pits because he lost the car. Not ideal. Let's look at lap times here. What do we have
going
here?
Onto wets. Let's look at...
Inters might be better now because Hansel's last lap was a 21.5, Nexus was a 28.2, and we have Michael or Olivas with a 28.7. So I think right now Inters are the best choice. It does feel like, according to the lap times, Inters are the best choice, and now we could see this grid starting to get mixed up.
Could be happening, yes, but the top four still in their own world. Dutch Nuri lost that DRS to Flip. Flip is on a charge as well on those mediums. They're struggling, they're losing grip everywhere where they can. Livers is getting past Big Arthur Branau as well. Before that left-right hander, Rel now behind them as well, and Dutch Nuri in the pit lane. He is changing towards inter-condition tires as well as as Rem tries to get past Big Arthur Bra as well. Big Arthur Bra is not letting that one slide down the inside, but he's getting squeezed out onto the curb, and it's a clean position for Mr. Realm.
This is interesting. Also, we have 3 people with penalties so far. We have Ambert, FR Lama, and Justin. That is important to note. We saw here in Tier 1 that track limits are the devil. So let's see what happens here. As ASG redeems native language and says anything but German, but I say everything German.
Let's see
Please
dann.
go ahead, Spidek.
Zenek gegen Nex und Zenek kriegt die Position, aber trifft Hanzo da hinten auf den Back und jetzt Hanzo, aber alle noch überleben und Zenek kriegt wieder jetzt einen Angriff gegen Nex, muss wieder verteidigen, hat die äußere Linie, Kontakt zwischen den beiden und nochmal Kontakt, noch mehr Kontakt, als Zenek da versucht auf den Power zu drücken, aber es geht einfach nicht, wird jetzt noch rausgeschaffelt von dem Williams und ja, kann nicht überholen, bleibt hinter Nex stecken und die haben jetzt auch DRS verloren. 1,2 Sekunden für die 2. Stevo meanwhile, Stevo derzeit vorbei an Hambert, nachdem er hier einen Fehler gemacht hat, verliert das Auto und ist jetzt in P7. Es war wahrscheinlich ein Hit auf dem Gras. Oh my god, Hambert! We're switching back to English, but Hambert is struggling with those mediums.
Yeah, mediums are starting to
Off
die.
Lama as well, off track there, off track experience, drifting experience for the Aston Martin. As Big Arthur Bra tries to get the move around the outside of Livers, but Livers defending for his whole life, and that is a good defense there from the Ferrari. But the Ferrari seems to be struggling a lot, the second Ferrari here.
Oh,
It's a yellow
Hanzo
flag.
had just a huge crash. Hanzo has lost an end plate and has lost his lead to Xenic now. Xenic is leading from Hanzo and the next.
Yeah, Hanzo seems to be a little bit all over the place. Was it we didn't catch it, but was it a crash? Now he's going to have Nex on the outside trying to make the overtake into the fast chicane. He does take the position. Thankfully it's just an end plate, doesn't seem to be that massive, but let's see. I suspect that Hanzo might be going into the pits. I saw something
Yeah, I
breaking
think
there.
that's just
Visual
weird
bug.
weird graphics there, to be fair. Hanzo needs to go into the pit lane to change his probably his tire. He's gonna change his tire as well, I would reckon. With those inters. Oh god, he's struggling. Oh god, he's struggling. No. Oh, he hit the other side as well.
Oh my god.
But he's
As Dutchinori gets a 3-second track penalty, oh my god. Does he? Oh my god. 10
Oh,
seconds,
no.
that's
oh,
for Dutchinori.
Oh.
Not for Dutchinori, for Hanzo, sorry.
Hanzo
Literally, yeah, 10 seconds for spitting in the pit lane, and he's going on mediums.
changing to the
Huh.
to the soft.
Did he change his front wing?
No,
That was way too. He didn't.
He didn't change his front wing.
Oh my
I
god.
think
I
that
just
was a
thought-
wasted pit stop. I think it's over.
Yeah, basically.
Oh no.
Must be fuming about it.
Yeah, I
making
would
it
be.
past Livers. They're side by side again. As there's someone in the pit lane, that is Hambert going into the pit lane for the Williams crew.
Also important to note, right now, Dutchinori is faster than Zanuck.
That is yeah, really important.
Yeah, I
Everybody-
mean, he's still very far away, but
We're
if
looking
this
we're looking at the
goes on-
tires. There are some people on Inters. There's Hambert on wets now as well. And the other cars are still on the mediums, so they still need to pit.
my god.
For
Zanuck just
Inters.
had a huge drift. He almost lost the car there in Sector 3.
Oh, there's
And-
a lap car. That is Milano, huh? Yeah, Milano, the lap car.
Yeah.
And Snatch Storage already left as well. Not the greatest experience for both of them, but the other cars still need to pit. Even Flip, by the way, 6 seconds behind those 3 cars after Hanzo. Yeah, Snatch Storage gave up on the session after being lapped. I think you should have just waited a little bit more, but okay. Let's see then. For the others next, right behind Zenek here now. Can they do something? I think there's nothing really happening there. Stevo on the medium, 17 seconds behind them as well. Hanzo gave up on the session as well and left. I think some people don't know that we have
Yeah,
it
they get
after.
penalties.
Yeah, they get penalties. But yeah, Hanzo wasted pit stop, I reckon.
He also had the fastest lap, by the way. and I suppose it's not going to improve anytime soon. But we'll see.
Justin in the
We'll
pit
see
lane as
how
well
this goes.
from the Inters. After lap 8, he's pitting again, and he's dropping to the wet compound of tires.
Huh? It's barely wet enough for Inters.
Humbert is going into the pits from the wets. PC crashed. Are you
Oh
sure
my
about it?
God, Zanuck just keeps almost losing the car there in the big braking zone.
And now Humbert is going back
at the
onto
end of-
hards. Humbert back onto the hard compound of tires. After being on the wets, I don't know what is happening between all of those cars. They're all-
Everyone's being engineered by the Ferrari strategy team. That's the only
Oh,
answer.
Zenny with a bit of lag here. And next inside of that big Sauber car.
Kinky.
Yeah.
Let's see here the times. This is very interesting, the time situation.
I mean, they're all far apart from the first few people. But it's just a guessing game. If you should stay on those dry tires, if you should change to wet tires, like not the full wets, but the Inters. I think Justin made a little bit of a fumble there in the strategy going onto the full wets. That is gonna
the
probably hurt
interesting
him.
thing, like right now, it doesn't feel like the Inters are that fast anymore. It's weird. Like Dutch Nur does not really have much of a time advantage on Zanuck, Nex, Emon, etc. The fact that they have DRS and well, he doesn't, also plays some part in it. But
Also, do you have that much money for a new PC? Oh my god.
hey, do you want mine? I've been looking for an excuse to buy a new desktop, so you know.
Hit him up. Get into the rabbit hole. Let's see that
Don't. I've sunk way
yellow
too much
flags,
money
and
in
that is Milano spinning the car on the Inters. I think a lot of people don't know which tire they should go on, and that's why the gaps are getting bigger and bigger, because they're just thinking too much about the tire situation and changing to too many sets of tires, I would reckon.
I think right now this is a mediums race. Right now it feels like the mediums are the best, and you just want to keep those mediums alive for as long as possible.
It was against Big Arthur Bra again. Those two are fighting the whole time throughout, Ferrari and the Aston Martin. But yeah, Big Arthur Bra with the damage on the front wing. The Ferrari doesn't have damage, but he's going into the pit lane now. With the Ferrari, slow and steady wins the race, I would reckon, into that pit lane entry. And Ram gets 3 seconds, and there's a huge crash from Eamon. Eamon into the wall. Fully. The front wing is
that
gone.
front wing is shagged.
He needs to pit ASAP and change to a new front wing, because that will
Did he
not.
lose the car?
I think he lost the car on braking. It seems. I don't know if he hit the back of Nexus car or if it was just him losing the car on corner entry, but it looked really weird. But now the Alpine has to pit. Surely he has to. And he
It's
will
not
do
a
it.
bad time to pit. But
Onto
I think
hards,
this
maybe?
is- I don't know. I honestly do not know. Is this rain going to stay as it is? Very slow on the pit entry, just trying to make it safe.
He's going on
Easy
hards.
going
He's going
onto
hards.
hards. Interesting choice. He's
Changing
gonna
that
come
front wing.
out. I mean, realistically, he's not gonna lose that many positions, but let's see. He's going to have a decent undercut. I mean, yeah, Hansel, you can buy one for 5,000 euros, but that's not gonna save you from Codemasters. Not
Codemasters is
so
always-
masterful coding.
Codemasters always behind you. I mean, I love that the two Williams are driving inside of each other the whole time throughout, but Tablet is just lapped. But he won't be lapped when pit stops arrive for Zanuck and Nex and Flip. That's Nuri in the pit lane as well as Big Arthur Bra in the pit lane. Both cars, Nuri going back onto hard compound of tires, and Big Arthur Bra is going onto the mediums. 17 laps on them, that will be hard.
It is. Oh, it's stopping raining, or is it
Nah,
lighter?
it's still raining. It's still
No, it's
raining.
the same. It's the same.
It's literally the same the whole time throughout. Livers and Michael now. Should be just behind this Aston Martin who's going into turn 1. He still hasn't changed his front wing, by the way. Impressive stuff there, but Livers just made it through, but they're still side by side when they're coming out of the pit lane. Are the mediums better or are the wets now better? Around the outside for Big Arthur Bra, there's contact between the two cars as Big Arthur Bra had to turn in at some point. I think he wants to give that position back, or he struggled with the traction. But Michael gets past. Big Arthur Bra now in 10th. There's a yellow flag further. And turn 1, I don't even see a car there.
Is it Williams? I think it was. Yeah, it was Hambert. It was Hambert.
Ah, yeah, it was Hambert. I can see him not anymore with Next, so.
This is just one of the weirdest race in terms of weather that
Yeah,
I've
same.
seen in
Same.
GFL so far.
Same.
It's so weird.
Big Arthur Bra and for Lama. Oh, as Lama spun the car, I fucking. I comment curse before I've even seen it. Big Arthur Bra and like goes down the inside trying to get into the line of Big Arthur Bra, couldn't quite do it. Around the outside maybe, a little bit of contact between those two. Michael now on the inside for the last turn, so he has to give that place up, Big Arthur Bra, and he's losing the other place to Livers as well. Both of them beautiful moves there. Just pushing the other car into the wrong path of the circuit, and now Big Arthur Bra has the two Ferraris back in his side right in front of him. Box for
meanwhile,
Justin.
Enzo asking in chat when's the next race. Well,
Just next
same
week.
time next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, same time next week. We
Justin-
should be around Miami, which is very lovely track. Everyone loves it, right?
And now
Right.
Livers made it past Michael again, who's struggling this turn. Oh my god, they're drifting through that fucking sector there. Justin,
Honestly, I see everyone drifting around corners, even Zanik and Nex at times.
Flip now in the pit lane,
Uh,
changing towards hard compound of tires. His teammate Eamon will though take the lead and the fastest lap. Right
Oh,
now.
the track is improving? Wait, no, never mind. It's still raining.
It's
Ah,
still
I
the
need
same.
new-
It's
I need new glasses, man. I need new glasses. I never see the rain.
I just don't understand which tire is the best. I think both of them could be just used. I think both of them are the same pace. Big Arthur
Yeah.
Bra down the inside, or over the curb, not the way you can overtake, I guess.
Eamon does have a 2 second per lap, or 2.5 undercut, almost 3 actually, in comparison to Zanik and Nex. So after 1 lap on these hards, he's gonna be pretty close to the back of the two of them.
Meanwhile, Zanik has a time penalty, Nex doesn't, so right now Nex would be winning this Grand Prix, but there's still time. Nex is on the
Yeah.
mediums, Zanik on the hards. I think that could change that a lot as Nex is pulling into the pit lane.
Yeah, that is the correct shot. Oh, he almost hits the wall there. Let's see here. Does he break in time? Indeed, he does. Oh, he's very overfueled as well.
Is he coming out ahead of Eamon? That's gonna be the question. Eamon already on those hards for a bit longer than him. Is he coming
He
out
is.
ahead? I think so, yeah,
He is,
surely.
yeah.
Holy. Gonna be like 5
I-
5 seconds. Reckon.
Yeah, because Eamon did have to switch his front wing, but still, it's not.
It's not
That
that
bad.
much, yeah. A yellow flag for Justin, I would reckon. No, that's not Justin. That is Nuri spinning the car. Did he get damaged? Nope, he didn't. But he lost a little bit of
I
time.
think no, he did not. Yeah, look. Oh my God, he's drifting around the corner.
Steve in the pit lane now as well. From the mediums going onto the hards probably as well. Those few people that didn't gamble on the first lap or the second lap, they are going with their strategy how they wanted to do it. Yellow flags into sector 1 again. That is
Evo?
Realm.
No, Realm.
Realm
yeah.
going really slow. What the hell?
He's got a puncher.
Oh yeah.
A rear left puncher. Oh,
Oh
my God, that
my-
is the absolute worst place to get a rear left puncher.
How has he already destroyed those tires after 14 laps? And
I
he's
have.
and he's just gone past the pit lane. He's gonna be so annoyed.
Oh my
He
God.
needs to do a full lap of this.
Oh my God, that is.
That is so painful. Realm,
Oh my God.
oh no, oh no, oh no.
Switch the screen. Switch the screen. Let's not. Oh my God.
Hambert
he's
in the
not
pit lane
gonna watch-
again.
Yeah.
Oh, No, Realm, man, you were on for good points, man, and then that happens. Meanwhile, Hambert switching front wing again and changing towards medium
Emon
competitors.
with the fastest lap. Again.
Realm, yeah, I don't want to watch it anymore.
He's just closing that gap. How did he...
Oh, Nuri with a mistake. He spun
He was
again on the
so
same
much
corner.
faster.
He spun
He was
again
so
on the
much
same...
faster than Nex. Sorry.
Yeah, Eamon back on the back here of the other cars. Even now after his pit stop right behind Lama. And Lama, you have to say, oh, is he's going wide? But he is not making the most mistakes out of all drivers going into pit lane. But he was still on a good P5 after his after he's going into pits. Now he's gonna lose some time, but oh my god, Realm. Oh my, he's not making it back into the pits. Look at this.
Oh my
He's not gonna
God.
make it into the pits. That is, oh god, is that painful?
Pray for a safety car. Also, I did double check safety cars are on white, I'm on wet.
Oh my god, that must be so painful. Like,
Is there a bug or something? Is the game just making up tires for you guys to put on? Because I swear, the number of weird tire choices that we've had this race so far is just bewildering.
oh, I would be so annoyed if I was Realm, man. Oh, I would have fucking left the race. I'm sorry. I would have been so pissed. I would have just left. But hopefully, Realm, you can drive back to the pit lane and then retire. It is gonna be fine if you retire on the pit lane. Just don't retire on track. That would be lovely.
We're already past halfway, so
the pain,
no penalty for it.
The pain being felt right now from me is crazy.
Oh my god, that car is just limping back. Also, Nex is maintaining that 2-second gap. Does feel like, yeah, it was just a.
And he's closing up to Zenik, by the way, as well, the whole time.
Yeah, that's to be expected. Right now, he is 2.5 seconds faster than Zenik.
Let's see then. The fight for P12 is still on for the last points position. Justin in P11, Hambert in P12. Oh, and that's contact because Justin spins the car into the barrier again. But they didn't crash, so the fight is still on. Michael in the pit lane now from the Inters. So it's fine. They're still okay. Hambert down the inside of Justin. Justin maintaining speed on the outside and is defending that position very well there from the Red Bull against the Williams. Let's see then. Just Dutch Nuri out, getting another 3-second time penalty. Big Arthur Bra with his damaged front wing is doing better than I thought. I would have reckoned.
Yeah, he's having some competitive lap times, at least in comparison to those behind him. But he's not gaining time on the people in front of him. As Zenik pits, Zenik has pitted.
Coming out around 6 seconds behind Nex, and now he needs to gain those 6 seconds and gain another 3 seconds on top of that. Realm and Milano both in the pit lane. Realm is changing to another set of Inters. And Milano is coming into the pit lane now as well to change onto a new front wing. And new mediums, I guess. This race is so drawn out.
Yeah, it's a very weird race.
The thing is, it's because people are switching the tires every 5 laps. Some of them. They're switching every 5 laps the tires to Inters, then again dries, then wets, then dries again. Like,
that doesn't help
one strategy.
Yeah, it doesn't help that they keep, messing up the front wing. Oh, Nex was really touch and go there, but he's now gaining time on Emon. So, I think this is going to be very interesting. Let's see, just how much trouble does Emon pose to Zenik, when the time comes to overtake, and that's what's going to decide P1 in this race. Because I think the podium's mostly settled at this point.
Yeah, I think so as well. Livers now on the hunt for Dutch Nuri for P6. Apart from that, everybody really drawn out. They're just chilling their life, I would reckon.
Livers is a lot faster than Dutch Nuri right now. He's the second per lap faster.
I think Dutch Nuri is struggling a lot with tires here, with his hards. I think if Snatch Norwich would have changed towards the Inters on the on his first pit stop, I think he could have actually got points back because they are switching so often tires. If he just continued after that, after being lapped, I think like half the field is lapped now. I think he would have gotten points still. But let's see, Dashnuri in the pit lane. Oh my god, he nearly hit the wall. Let's see then, Dashnuri in the pit lane, as well as Big Arthur Bra again in the pit lane. His teammate Lama is on wets. Don't know if that's just the right tire, but if he's feeling confident with them, I mean that's gonna be.
There's so many people with
And
like
Big Arthur Bryce going to the wets as well. His teammate. What is happening? Why are they all changing to wets? It's not
Are they
even
taking
raining.
the piss?
Oh god. I mean, if they're feeling confident, I won't say anything, man. That's the thing. Like, if they keep it on the road and then just coming out in P10, just behind Michael again. Michael is getting ghosted for some reason.
Oh, Zenik with the current fastest lap on the track, but not by a whole lot, actually.
Alama is 16 seconds behind Livers now. With those wet tires, full wet, against Dashinuri on mediums. I mean, is the DRS still on? Yes, it's still on.
Yes, it is.
What the fuck am I seeing?
The weirdest race ever.
That is really the weirdest race ever. I mean, in Tier 1 we had already a weird race. Oh, yeah, Lama is not making the corner. Coming back onto the track, losing that P7 now. Down into P8. I think if he would have switched to the Inters, he would have been fine. But he switched to the Hards, which is actually the worst tire, I think, to drive on today.
Yeah, I think the only people with, you know, actually decent strategy are going to be the ones in P1 to P4.
Like,
Because everyone else...
The top 5 literally did the best strategy. They're just stopping once, and the others you can see 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. I mean, that's what makes them lose that much time to the other cars. Lama again in the pit lane from the wets now towards the Inters again.
Man just wants to try out all the tires.
I think they're using every tire that is possible to get today. All
I
the
really
tires.
hope they have the extreme snow tires, the rare ones. They do exist.
I mean,
So, you
I
know.
mean, the
Oh
two,
my god! Dutch Nori almost sent it into the wall.
I mean, there's someone who sent it into the wall, and it is Justin. Lost and unplayed again. 32 seconds behind him, but oh my. What are the guys at the back doing? Like, already, like, Stevo and Dutchnery, the guys behind Dutchnery are 50 seconds. They are 2 minutes, what, they're nearly left by Zenik from P7. Like, cars from P9 downwards are all left by P3, and everybody to P8 is already leapt. That's how big the gaps are today. And it's just because this weather is just not wanting to settle into one direction. Justin back in the pit lane, changing to Inters again, but not changing the front wing.
That's actually ridiculous. Zenik is not really gaining time at all.
Yeah, he's not gaining time on those mediums. I think he's just... It's just so difficult to settle which tire you're on. I think that's the main reason. I think every time someone has a moment, he's saying, "Oh my god, the mediums are the worst tire in the world. Let's switch to Inters," and then you're driving 3 laps on the Inters, and then you're saying, "Oh my god, this is the worst tire in the world. I need to get back on the mediums." I think that's what's happening. Big Arthur, by the way, in the pit lane again to the Inters.
What the hell am I watching? Also, it doesn't really help him a whole lot. Because Eamon was getting DRS from Livers, I think.
Michael, I think. It's Michael.
Or Michael, yeah, it's Michael. For a good section of the previous lap.
It's just so complicated for a lot of them probably to think of a tire strategy, because I would have done a one stop like the others did as well, and I wouldn't have been like they're just 30 seconds in front of everybody because they just stopped once. I think it's the problem that those people just stop too often. They would have been on pace with the others as well, but it just didn't want to stick on the same tire for a longer time. That's the reason that they're so far back. Milan with 3 seconds of time penalties, as he is going back into the pits for the last 7 laps.
Is he going to put on the extreme wets?
Nope, Inters. There's a yellow
Oh.
flag that is for Llama, who just had a moment as well on the Inters. He's drifting really wide outside of the lines. Hambert now getting overtaken by Big Arthur Pro, who just pitted. It's the Inters against the mediums.
This is so weird. This is so weird.
I don't know if we should have restarted, but I think it's actually funny
No,
to see
no.
this
No,
race
it's funny.
unfolding.
It's funny. You either make the good stride decisions or you don't. And I think it's been a lot of that. No use crying about getting what worked at Canada. So you make your own strategy decisions. It's a weird race, it is, but I mean, look at the top 4. They all of them were in the top 5 from
Yeah.
qualifying as well. So we can't really say that the results aren't representative. They made the right decisions, the others didn't.
I just need to write in the chat before they finish the race, because I just want to know why they're changing tires every 5 laps. I'm just curious.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, there's so many people getting lapped right now. And Nex still leading this race, 4.8 seconds now ahead of Eamon, and 3.3 seconds is the gap from Eamon to Zenek, and it doesn't seem to get closer towards them. It's rather getting a bigger gap.
Yeah, Nex is just improving lap by lap. Like, his last lap time was a second faster than Eamon's. Actually a ridiculous pace. I mean, of course, there's a single lap offset between the two of them, but it doesn't explain everything. Oh, Shrova in the
I
chat.
love Strober. Can you see the gap,
You-
Strober? let's look at the pit stops again. We have the top 5 with 1 pit stop, and then everybody else with either 3 to 5 stops. Milano did 5 stops already. Justin, Big Arthur Bra with 4 stops. The others 3 stops, and Realm with his puncture did 2 stops now. Crazy. They're just losing that time because they're pitting that often. I think if they wouldn't have pitted twice more, 2 times more than the others, they would have been on pace with them. Like that Nuri would have been with Stevo, or even past Stevo. So it is mostly a point of just switching too often the tires, I would reckon. The gap is still increasing from next to Eamon. Lap 25 is starting. Some people will end 2 laps down, I reckon. So they will have only 27. These
No,
gaps
you
are
have
disgusting.
people for sure.
Sector
have
3 is a
people for
yellow.
sure.
That is Justin spinning the car once more in his Red Bull. Yes, Robert, I don't know. Like I said, it's people pitting too often. They're pitting too many times, the tires, and that is making them just fall down the cliff. Livers, meanwhile, is catching up to Dutch Nuri. It's mediums against mediums, actually. But it seems that Livers can cope better with those mediums, as we can see Dutch Nuri right in front struggling on the tires. 3-second warning for Big Arthur Bra as we are watching penalties. Lama with 9 seconds, and the others all behind him with 3. Dutch Nuri with 9, Livers with 3 seconds as well. And
Yeah,
the
it
rest.
doesn't-
Oh!
Livas, oh my god. The Livas
Good
does
catch.
need to be careful. Livas needs to be careful because he's on 2 warnings right now.
I mean, if he's 3 seconds behind Dutch Nuri, it should be him still getting the position. So it is fine currently. But he most wanted to be P6 safely, as we are crossing the line in a couple of seconds for the last 4 laps of this race, and there's a yellow flag once more. I think that's Milano spinning the car again. I think Milano and Justin are fighting for dear life to just finish this race, and one of them getting points.
Right now they do have the same amount of time penalties, but let's see. Justin does have 2 warnings. Milano has none, so Justin needs to be careful.
Indeed, but let's see then. A lot of lap cars in the way now of next still 2 more. He needs to get past, and then he has clean air throughout the rest of the Grand Prix. Justin now with 3 seconds of time penalties as you speaking. Let's see then. Let's look.
Womp womp.
Let's look at the battle between Livers and Dutch Nuri, which is not gonna be a good one because both of them ghosted. But fair enough that both lost the car there. So thanks for still getting us a battle done. Dutch Nuri into the S section. I think they're just keeping it cool because, I mean, they both have. Livers knows that he has time penalties, and now he's getting the overtake done against the Red Bull. Pass on the straight. DRS wide open because DRS is for some reason still on, and Livers is getting that P6 position now. And now he's probably gonna try to slow down Nuri enough for Michael to be in that gap of 9 seconds, I would reckon. And that would be a masterclass from the Ferrari then. But they're getting...
Why is he going so slow around that corner?
I just said it. He's trying to slow Nuri now down to get Michael to the 9-second window of Nuri's time penalties, which is fair enough.
That's so risky.
3 more laps to go.
Oh, Nuri's ghosted?
They're ghosted because they're getting lapped.
Ah.
I don't know if they are getting ghosted. Nuri makes a pass again. Meanwhile, they're getting lapped.
This is one of the weirdest races.
They're struggling
It's
so
not-
much.
oh
Nuri
my-
in the wall.
oh my
Nuri in the
God.
wall.
Oh,
And he's hitting in the wall again. Oh my god. He's lost an
Oh
end
my-
plate now.
Uh,
Keep it going, Nuri. Come on.
yeah, I can still get P8, I think.
Ramos in the pit lane. Is he trying to get fast lap or what is he trying? Oh, he's serving a penalty as well.
Oh, Christ almighty.
I think he wants to just decrease the time he has to drive on this track. Because we have 2 more laps coming into the next couple of seconds. 2 more laps for the leader, who has extended his gap to Zenek a lot more. Zenek seems to be struggling on those mediums. Couldn't quite get closer to the other cars. And is now racing on his own, rather. As
That's
well as
really
most of the
weird.
other people.
Really weird how the mediums just don't work at all in this track. Still better than softs, but I don't
And-
know. It's very weird that the hards are the best choice when it's raining like this, because they do require a higher temperature, and you're not going to get that with this rain here.
Eamon currently is also not gaining that much on Next, so if Next doesn't make a mistake, he should be fine to win this Grand Prix in the Williams. And that would be a huge starter for his season 12 campaign, as Milano overtakes Justin again for P12, 1 minute 9 behind the next car.
Also, an interesting thing to note, Flip, who is on P4, is very close to lapping Olivas, who is P6. I mean, not that close, but still, like 8 seconds difference.
Yeah,
It's
it is
weird.
not. It is just a weird race because they pitted that many times. It is just like that. 3.3 is the gap between Eamon and Next, but I think that's not gonna happen a lot more because we're starting the last lap in a couple of seconds. So it should be Next winning the Grand Prix ahead of Eamon and then Zenek in P3. I mean, it was a strong performance from all 3 of them. It was also a strong performance from Hanzo until he crashed the car and just wasted a pit stop, then retired. So yeah, I have to say also the 2 Aston Martins, really good job from the back of the grid, P9 and P10. Not too shabby, didn't make that many mistakes, and it just kept it clean. And it's the first points for them.
Yeah,
It's-
they're doing pretty well. A lot better than would have been expected considering where they started the race.
Yeah, same.
It's really what a weird race. I really have no words for this.
Yeah, let's look
At
at the
all.
last lap from Next then. Final lap of this 29 mayhem weather race, I would reckon. It wasn't really a mayhem in overtakes, it was a mayhem in weather and crashes, I would reckon, rather than
We
bad
did have a
driving. I mean,
few
the
crashes.
start was a bit iffy, but I mean, on those conditions, I can understand if people crash, at the start,
Mhm.
because it's just so random weather. Like, to say that the DRS is still on, even though it's drizzling the whole time throughout, but it's not enough to dry out, like wet up the track. That is a really strange weather, and I've never seen it in F1. So fair enough, but
If you told me that this race would have been drizzling the whole time with DRS on, I wouldn't have believed you. As we see Next taking the final corner very slowly, is now weaving on the straight. He's going to take this win. He's going to take P1.
the Dane,
Indeed,
the weather god, has done it. P1 for the Williams ahead of Eamon, and now we're watching Zenek cross the line in a strong P3. Can't be too disappointed about that. Flip is going to finish in P4. Already some people, Livers and Dutch Nuri have finished as well. Livers in P6, Nuri in P7, but now he's dropping down into P8. Let's see then. Flip in P4. Steve will finish in a P5 when he's done with the lap. Big Arthur Bra is finishing in P9. P9. Livers, what the hell?
it's the bug. I already took a screenshot, so it's.
Oh, it should be fine. I think it's fine because it didn't like Livers left,
Wait,
but
did
it's still going in P6, so that's all right. It's all right. Nothing is wrong.
Yeah, he's lucky. He's lucky he didn't get lapped by.
Hambert is 6, I guess. Yet now it's wrong. Now it's wrong because Hambert is actually in
It doesn't show it for me.
P14.
That's so weird.
And then we're waiting for Realm, the last car, and he crossed the line as well. So this is it. Bad performance from me, but like I said, new game, new me. At least I didn't crash. I mean, you could have saved yourself in just when you fucking didn't hit 3 times. That start was BS. We didn't see everything, so that's why we moved on with it. But Realm, you did a really good performance until the puncture there. Really sad to see you have to drive the whole lap with that puncture, I have to say. But yeah, next wins the Grand Prix ahead of Eamon, who's taking fastest lap by a 10th. Third is Zenek, 4th Flip, Stevo in 5th, Hambert in not there because Livers is in P6, P7 for Michael, P8 for Dutch Nuri, 9 for Big Arthur Bra, 10 for Lama, 11 for Milano, 12 for Justin, Realm in 14th. I think Hambert is in 13th. And then Hanzo and Snatch Storage, who have retired after the Grand Prix. Yeah, Hambert is on the back of those cars, I think. I don't really know where he was, but yeah.
I don't even know. Oh, we need a race director.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's so many warnings.
Warning. Yeah, okay. Thanks
Just go all the way down. Christ.
Justin gets... They are on lap 27. Justin gets a penalty on lap 26 as the last person. Lap 26 of 29. It's fine. It's fine.
This was such a weird race. Yeah, Gideon finally finished the race. Off to a great start after DNFing literally every race last season.
Yeah, for sure. Was a good performance, good showing from it's still the old interview. Changed them. Alright. Then we're going to the Be Right Back screen. So we can still talk about it, you know. But yeah, really weird really weird race. I mean the fact that it's raining but then it says dry tires, it was really difficult to judge which tire you have to choose. So yeah, congratulations to everybody finishing that race, because I would have struggled probably as well if I didn't have started like with a 1-stop. So yeah, some final words from you guys.
Absolutely terrible.
All right, you joined there. Yeah, that wasn't the funnest of races, I imagine, for you, Zenek. Especially with the mediums.
Yeah, pretty much. But, you know, it is what it is. And I already knew it was going to be crap at Australia, so who cares?
I mean,
Probably
next
not.
week is not much better, right? It's Miami, so.
I prefer that track over Australia.
Interview livers. No, we're not gonna interview. We're gonna just talk about the race. Ram was saying couldn't even go for the first stop because someone T-boned me on the strike and broke my front wing while spinning me out. Yeah, I mean the thing is on the Inters you were pretty fast, so I would have like I don't know why you didn't pit on lap 14, something like that. I would have pitted maybe to the hards or to another set of Inters and then finish the race. But
Was
that
did,
is huh?
Did Ram get a puncture?
He got a puncture
Yes.
on the main straight after he got past the pit lane.
Ah, that's why you're spinning around everywhere.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Unlucky
To
Ram.
be fair, it's a really shitty position to get the puncture. I mean, it's the worst position probably you can get that puncture.
Still finished the race though.
You
Respect.
finished race, so respect up. And got murdered at the start as well. Yeah, we've seen the start, but I wanted, because I saw everybody still moving, I wanted to still let it drive out because it's the first race of the season. So I just wanted to drive it out. But normally I would have restarted it. Oh, I almost got fast. Nice. The thing is, like when I restart the race, it can't be that weather anymore. Like it can't be a weather which brings out that condition. Like it is raining, but it's not wet enough for the game to detect that it's wet. So I wanted to let it drive out rather than restarting, because if I restarted, we could have decided, oh, we were driving dry or we're driving wet. That's the thing.
The thing is, Jeff kept on saying that it's dry throughout. Dry tires are the best.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
so fucking confusing because I thought you were smoking weed or something.
Oh, the dries were quicker. The dries were quicker. That's the thing.
Apparently,
They were like
parts.
half a second quicker, or a second mostly.
Yeah.
It was literally the same. They could have thrown it. You could have thrown them with both tires.
Yeah,
That is the
I
funny
mean,
thing.
we did see some instances of like people on the inters being faster than the people on the dries, but it was never, consistent lap after lap after lap. It was really weird. Also, by the way, since you're here, Zanik, what happened with Hanzo? We saw that he lost an end plate, but we didn't really get a shot of the action.
By the looks of it, on what or at least what Psyduck considers Russell's corner, he lost the rear end. So like you go the right and then you got that sharp little left bit. That sharp little left bit, he lost the rear end, swerved, like kicked his, got a tank slap out to the right and smashed into the left hand side of the wall.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay, thank you.
Wait, Russell corner, the one where he had the massive
Yeah.
shunt.
Yeah, the one where he had a massive crash, as well as Alex Albon and some other people.
Yeah, I'd sooner call it the Albon corner because he's already shagged it twice, so.
I forgot he done it. I completely forgot he done it a second time.
Yeah, of course you don't remember him, but you remember every instance that Logan
Because
the Goat
Russell
Sergeant.
is my boy. Russell is my boy.
Shame. This is English BS at its finest.
Oh,
Not BS, bias.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Imagine having the wrong spawn point.
Spawn point.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the races of all time, one of the most confusing races. There were people that did like 5 stops as well, which was
yeah,
fun to watch, I guess.
Realm just reported. It still can get penalties. I mean, it's not the best that people are crashing at the straight start, but it can happen. But if some people don't report, it's basically ruining the penalty system. So we're relying on the drivers to actually send us those. We can get the drivers that were at fault penalties. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Penta, Darking, thank you for commentating with me. It was a beautiful race, I guess. It was a chaotic weather race, to be fair. There was a race condition that I've never seen in F1 history, in F1 gaming history. So yeah, really interesting. The strategies were really mixed up. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. And we're gonna see us next week in Miami. Bye bye.
Bye.